Hello everyone, and welcome to my new Sanctuary Chimps guide, where we will be using probably the weirdest looking strategy I've ever seen, which is Silus, Absolute Zero, Impale, Icicle Spam, and Blazing Sun, with the Call to Arms as well. I don't understand how this strategy works, but it does. Silus is pretty good. So yeah, first we're going to have our double Desperado start, which is fairly standard for this map after Desperado got added. This guy's going to go as right as possible, and you want the line on the platform here to go between his hand and his foot right here. This is just the best placement for it. And this guy will go right over here, as left as possible, but you want the top right of his right hand to be, well, that's actually his left hand, but you know what I mean, the hand on the right to be on this corner right here. These spots aren't super specific, so don't worry about being like pixel perfect precise with them. You should still win either way. These guys destroy rounds 6 and 7, which is quite nice. For round 8, we could go for a third Desperado here, but the better solution is to go for a mid-round sniper right over here. Just place him right here, and place him as quickly as possible, and we're just going to leave him on first until the end of the round. And once round 8 ends, switch it to strong, and this should destroy round 9 because the one Pierce towers are OP. Round 10 requires Pierce, so we're going to completely ignore that by getting yet another one Pierce tower, which is another sniper mid-round here, and set this guy to strong. And now we're just going to save up straight to Silus. For round 14, we're going to put Silus right over here, as middle and as low as possible here. And now we're going to set both of our Despacito monkeys to strong, just so that they break down the larger Bloons. I'm here. Yes. Silus does this thing where he likes to miss very often, especially if the Bloons are like remotely fast, which is why we're setting these Desperados to strong, because that will hopefully allow slower Bloons to be hit by Silus, so he doesn't actually miss, like, every shot. This round 15 might have a little bit of RNG to it. I've tested it a few times and I've lost once, but you might want to micro sniper here if something gets a little far. That can happen. I have had to micro the sniper a few times before, but it's not super common. It is possible to just straight up lose if Silus misses, like, every shot, though, which is, it's kind of unavoidable. I couldn't figure out a way to get past that. But it's easy enough to get there to where if you lose, it's not really a big deal. Next, we're going to get a Boomerang here. And we're going to upgrade this guy to long-range Rangs, and then red-hot Rangs to soon give us a thing that can pop Silus's frozen Bloons.
Even colder.
And now we're going to upgrade this guy to a 022. A 022 Boomerang is quite strong, especially for this map. So yeah, that is quite nice. For 21, we're going to get the sniper that you placed higher to Full Metal Jacket. That matters because this guy's going to be a shrapnel sniper later on, so it does matter the placement a little, and this spot is slightly better than this one. Get fast firing on your bottom sniper for 22. And get night vision goggles for 23. Not like it's going to help this round, it's just because we need to get shrapnel later. Even if a ton of stuff leaks here, you should be okay because your snipers are OP. That is the most I've ever seen leak on that round. Usually it's like a blue. That time it was like 6 blues. Get shrapnel and set it to first. And from here, I don't think there's any RNG on this early game from all that I've tested. Get this guy to a 022. And we're going to get this guy to a Kylie Boomerang now. Kylie Boomerang is very good on this map because it has that little middle area where it's going to hit everything, like guaranteed everything will get hit there. So yeah, that is very nice. Kylie's consistency does help off-put Silas's RNG nature. And now, because we can afford it, we're going to go for a discount village right here, as bottom right as possible, which Silas's ice platform amazingly gives us the ability to place on water. It's very nice. And we're going to get this guy to a monkey commerce. For 36, we're going to get a base ice over here. And we're going to upgrade this guy to a 0-1-2, and then we're going to get cryo next round, I think, or in like a few rounds. I don't remember exactly when we afford it. We're going to be going for an Icicles for 40. You can get cryo mid 37, but you shouldn't have to, so I'm not going to, because Kylie Boomerang is OP. It really isn't, that's just kind of a joke, but yeah. Get cryo here. And now we're going to go for the first of, I think, 6 Icicles in this run. Because yeah, we're going to be getting 6 Icicles. You should probably buy the Icicles mid 39 just to prevent any RNG garbage that could happen with Silus just missing something. It's possible, but just try to avoid it. And then for 40, once the Moab is right over here below Silus, use his level 7 and it just disappears. Simply gone. Not real. Sorry. For 42, we are lacking in camo detection, so we are going to get a village right over here, as top right as possible here. And we're just going to upgrade it to a camo village. It's getting discounted, so that is very nice. And then we're also going to go for a monkey commerce. So now with our double discount setup, we're going to upgrade this village so that we can save even more money, which is super nice. Get jungle drums, primary training, primary mentoring, so that we can get some free tier 1s, and also a lot of range on our Icicles. Like, that's a lot of range. And then we're going to, because we just bought primary mentoring, we're going to use it to get a bunch of free tier 1s, right? Nope, we're actually going to buy Moab Press. Yeah, the Kylie was mostly to get a press here because press is very strong, especially mid-game because it does a lot of Moab damage for how cheap it is. And the stalling late game is a bit nice. Even though, as you'll see, we do overload on stalling quite a lot. Now we are actually going to start to get some free tier 1s and start getting some XP on Silus. We're going to get a base Ice Monkey here, and we're going to upgrade it, right? Make sure to try to pack this guy as tight to the right as possible, just so we can fit as many Ice Monkeys as possible as simply as we can. We're going to upgrade this guy, right? Nope, we're actually going to go for another Ice Monkey. That middle guy is going to be our absolute 0, and we don't want to waste money on an Arctic Wind when it's not really going to do anything right now. So we're going to get that later. We're instead going to get a Cryo Cannon right next to it. Get Icicles here. And yeah, now we're just going to start going for a bunch of Icicles. We're going to get 5 total. And yeah.
Let's get this one. The ice thickens.
Our triple Icicles here, and then we're going to get 2 in this little corner up here. We should be able to fit them.
Let's get this one.
I'm going to be fully honest, I don't quite understand how Silas's level 6 works. He can attack Bloons in the range of Ice Monkeys anywhere. As you saw, his projectile was coming out of this Ice Monkey. It couldn't see anything. I don't know how it was firing out of this Ice Monkey when the Ice Monkey literally couldn't see anything, if it's supposed to work like Intel. But yeah. Cryo Cannon. Yeah, triple Icicles is really, really strong. Icicle spam with Silus and Absolute Zero has very recently become a crazy strong strategy, even on some of the hardest maps, which is hilarious. Get Icicles here, and then yet another one over here. You should be able to fit it here if you place your towers well. So yeah, you don't even have to place them too well. The placement is fairly open there. There's more placement space on this middle platform than you think. This is going to be our final icicles for now. We're going to get one more in a bit, but we're just going to get this guy. So, we got this icicles. Now we're finally going to upgrade this middle guy to a 040 snowstorm. We're getting Snowstorm to use the ability, right? No, actually, we're going to use it so that we can get some Desperado placement space up here. This guy's just going to go as top right as possible here, and we're just going to leave both of the Desperados at 000 for now. This guy goes up here, and this guy goes right up here next to him. We're just getting the Snowstorm now so that this guy has to be very slightly on water. So, yeah, getting this Snowstorm allows us to actually place him here. If not, the placements would be a lot more tight, and it's a bit annoying. But now on 63, we're going to get our final icicles here. The spot is very open, so you should be able to fit it. So, get this icicles here. Something that may happen on 63 is a bit of lag. With this many icicles, or just icicles in general, they tend to lag a lot, especially on 63 when they hit ceramics. If they hit smaller balloons, they won't lag as much, but if they hit ceramics, the game has to do a lot of calculations, which can cause some fairly decent lag, which is a bit annoying. I'm not sure if it can crash your game, but there's a very good chance it can. If it does, I'm very sorry. I don't know why NK's game is so optimized, or so unoptimized, my bad. On 64 here, if you'd like to, you can use Silus's level 10 on that last fortified Moab, just to make sure it dies. Final icicles here. And yeah, with these 7 tier 3 and above ice monkeys, Silus is going to level insanely fast, and he's actually going to get level 20 on 95, which is actually pretty early. His level 20 doesn't do that much for this strategy because we're not spamming abilities as much, which his level 20 favors. But yeah. Guess which tier 5 we're going to be going for first. Is it going to be Absolute Zero, the absolutely insanely powerful thing? Impale, the very strong, slow, and support tier 5, or are we going to go for Blazing Sun first because it's funny? If you guessed Blazing Sun, you were right. You want to specifically upgrade the bottom left guy, this one, to Blazing Sun. This guy we're going to want to be a bounty hunter later, because so we can get double damage for our Blazing Sun on round 100. It really doesn't matter which order you get the tier 5s in, as long as you get this twin 6s for mid-game. Saving up for any of the tier 5s first is affordable. Just go for any one of these first. Also, right now you might be wondering why we're not cross-pathing our Snowstorm. This is because, as of recording this in 50.2, this might be fixed in 50.3 or 50.4, or they might not fix it at all, but it is a fairly big bug. Absolute Zero's big slow aura doesn't actually work if you cross-path it. So if you want to use the ability a lot more, and you care a lot more about the permafrost, then you still want to cross-path it. But here we're half using it just for the slowing aura, and because the ability buffs our icicles by 50%. .75 here is a bit of a heavy Moab round, so if you want to use any of Silus abilities, go for it. His level 7 especially is very strong now that they bug fixed it so that it has the correct amount of radius. It can hit stuff from way further than you thought it could. And yeah, it's really good. I didn't need to use it there, I was kind of just trying to showcase it. Except it also did nothing, so I wasn't really showcasing it. we can get the Blazing Buns here on 78. So, yeah. The Blazing Sun, very mediocre tier 5. It's okay. It's decent enough, but it's going to be getting carried by our Icicle spam here. You're going to see it a lot more in the late game, but the rotating shards around the Icicles just look so cool. Because they haven't gotten to their final form yet.
Scintillating.
Next, I'm going to go for Impale is my next tier 5, but if you want to go for Absolute Zero first, it shouldn't matter. Icicle spam is strong enough to survive, like, well into the 80s, and maybe even solo the game if you try hard enough. So that's fun. So we're back for 84, where we can afford Icicle Impale, and we're actually going to be getting it on this guy. The bottom right one that's in the top right corner. We're getting it on this guy specifically because he'll be able to stall out the right lane while our Icicles and Blazing Sun murder the left. And also it's just a lot more consistent on 95 compared to this spot, which would be probably the second best. Actually, this guy would be the second best, but you know what I mean. This would be the second best in that area. In the middle of 87, you should be able to afford your Absolute Zero. So yeah, if they have fixed the bug where the slow aura doesn't work, if you cross-path it, then get a cross-path. Either one should work, it doesn't really matter. Permafrost is probably preferred, but it shouldn't matter. The main thing we're using Absolute Zero for is buffing our Icicles by 50%, because when you use the ability, these guys attack a lot faster, which is really strong, so yeah.
Nice and cold.
For 90, we're going to get Mib here. Technically, you don't need this, because the ice shards that surround Icicles do so much damage that you can actually just solo DDTs with them. But we have an Impale here, so might as well. Alright, so now in the 90s, with our 3 tier 5s set up, we kinda just win from here. Nothing else we buy helps that much, except this guy's gonna be a bounty hunter, which does help a lot on 100. But first we're gonna go for Call to Arms on this Mib. If you ever want to use a Silus ability or an Absolute Zero because you feel scared for whatever reason, go for it. I'll tell you the times when it is required to use them. Actually, it's only required on 99 and 100, maybe 99. I'm not sure if that's required, actually. But yeah, it does make it more fun though, so yeah. Absolute Zero here just for a bit of, like, speed. Watch those ZOMGs melt to our Icicle's army. Yeah. This is a little good. Silus gets level 20 here on 95. What he actually does is this level 20 gives plus 200% freeze duration to any tower with the freeze, which actually makes Absolute Zero's ability permanent. Like, it'll have the permanent freeze, which is really good. If something gets far here, you can use an Absolute Zero, like that DDT made it around the bend a little. Just use it to increase your Impale's attack speed. Here we do have the option of going for the fabled double Impale, but it's a scam. Don't go for it. It's not good. And I'll explain it here quickly, just because some people are like, what? Double Impale is so OP. No, the reason it's not that good is because you mostly get Impale for the big slow, the stalling, not the damage. Also, Absolute Zero ability for funny. Impale's damage is really not that good. It's fairly mediocre for a tower of its price point. You mostly get it for the stalling. And having 2 Impales doesn't let you stall more. It doesn't increase the slow. It just doubles the mediocre damage you get. It's simply not worth it. Also, we're going to get this guy to a 240 Bounty Hunter, because Bounty Hunter doubles the Blazing Sun's damage on round 100 with the Marked to Pop ability, so that's very fun. But yeah, back to what I was saying. Double Impale is a trap. Don't buy it. It's not good. Double Super Brittle is pretty much always better, because it also doesn't horribly die to round 100. It actually hard counters it with overdrives. So yeah. On 98 here, we're just going to Absolute Zero, Call to Arms, to delete the left side off of the face of the planet with our Icicle's army here. It simply dies. Just more Absolute Zeros because that's fun. And yeah, if you want to use a level 20 Silus ability, go for it. Shouldn't be needed though. On 99 though, if you want to use his level 10 here, go for it. Shouldn't have to. Only use it if something gets far though, because the Superstorm, not the Superstorm, my bad. The ability can't hit, or like the Ice Walls, they can't actually slow DDTs for whatever reason, even if he can pop them. Not sure why. Maybe they thought that would be a little broken. I don't think it would be. It does cause that to happen though, where Cerams take 9 years. But for round 100, the easiest solution here, just take aim Silus to give him stupid range. Mark to pop, Call to Arms. And once the bad pops, just Absolute Zero ability, and the insides will die very quick. Like, damn, that's quick. And boom! With that, you should now have your Sanctuary Chimps black border with maybe the dumbest strategy ever done on this map. Silus, Impale, Absolute Zero, where we use the ability like 3 times, Icicle spam, Blazing Sun, with a Bounty Hunter, and also a Call to Arms, because why not? Anyway, I hope this guide helped you out in some way. Have a nice rest of your day, and goodbye. Also, don't buy Double Impale, it's a scam. Do not do it, it's not good.